So this is my new thing. I've got an old 8mm Super 8 film projector, and I wanted to use it to digitize a bunch of old 8mm and Super 8 film that I have from my dad and my grandparents. So I didn't want to use a scanner. I wanted to transfer it into a 4K environment. So I am going to do a lens-to-lens transfer, but that meant modifying this. So I hooked up an LED light, had to run it through an AC cable and an LED light transformer, and then over here into a heat plate that I soldered the wires to, have a switch to turn on the light. Then I had to exchange the original lens, the 8mm lens, with a 16mm lens so I could get the whole frame in when I hook up the camera. The whole idea here is to put that camera up to the lens here and adjust it perfectly in order to get a film transfer. We're going to see how this works. Now, this is a 10-watt light here, so it's really, really bright. So I had to make a diffuser that has some tissue paper and then 2 ND film on it to lessen the lights. So let's see how this is going to work, shall we? So this is the Oshkosh Airshow from 1985, and there is the Concorde. So the original image is flipped because of the lens-to-lens technique. In post, I have to fix that and add a slight color correction, white balance, a little boost in saturation, and a minor adjustment in highlights and shadows. And this is what I get. Test number 1, shot on the Canon XA60 at f8, 1/24 second shutter, no gain, white balance at 4300K, and at 23.98 progressive frames per second. Now this is a low shutter speed, and at this speed, the rolling horizontal bands from the LED lights are present, but subtle. All LED lights flicker. Your eyes don't see them, but the camera sensor does. This happens because the camera uses a rolling shutter, and I cannot change its refresh rate or the projector's frame rate. So that mismatch between the camera, projector, and LED lights really works against this type of transfer. In scenes with little motion, this really isn't a problem, but in shots with movement, people or planes, there's significant ghosting or echo, like you see here. This is not ideal because the camera isn't quite synchronized with the 18 to 20 frames per second of the projector. Yeah, that ghosting is really noticeable right here, on the plane and on the sign as well. The motion makes it very noticeable. Test number 2, same footage, f8, but with a 1/60th second shutter. Ghosting is reduced, so moving objects look cleaner. The trade-off is the horizontal LED bands are now more obvious, again, due to the LED refresh. I could use a halogen light to eliminate this, but the heat could damage fragile older film. My other options are: 1. Use a camera with a global shutter and adjustable frame rate to match the projector and LEDs, or 2. Try a variable speed, voltage-regulated DC bench power supply to provide smooth, constant power to the LEDs to remove the flicker. Now, I've ordered a DC bench supply and we'll test it next week. At the end of the day, my 4K Canon may not be perfect for this kind of footage, but this process shows how different settings affect the final image. And part of the fun in DIY projects is trying to figure it all out. Thanks for watching.